Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2024 Panthers. It's hard to believe the school year is coming to an end, but at the same time, it sure seems like this year has gone on forever. The substantial flooding in December, multiple April snowstorms have certainly made the last few months seem to drag on. It's been a challenging year for us as a department. Women's soccer had a game stopped almost 20 minutes early due to rain and field conditions way back in October. The weather didn't really cooperate very well for our ski team. A lack of snow early on made training difficult. Multiple carnival races had to be rescheduled. Lacrosse teams were both temporarily uprooted and sent to Allwell while the turf field was repaired following the December flooding. And then April practices were disrupted as we worked around the plow company's schedule. Softball only had maybe one or two outdoor practices on its home field before playing in the home opener. Baseball's gone an entire spring without a true home. The drives to Robbie Mills Field in Laconia triggered some flashbacks to the days when women's lacrosse and field hockey had to drive to the New Hampton school a few years ago. NCAA regulations regarding non-traditional practices and start and end dates for certain sports meant longer overlap seasons and more shared spaces for your teams. We had 6 new head coaches, meaning almost 40% of our teams were under a new direction. And then, of course, the unexpected resignation of John Osler in December left us with a new Allwell building manager. Yet, despite all of these challenges, you not only survived, you thrived. We experienced team and individual accomplishments at as high a level as we've seen in recent years. All-Americans, national championship qualifiers, conference championship contenders, significant increases in win totals, records being broken one week, only to be reset again the next. And that is what being a Panther is all about. Success despite hardship, battling adversity, overcoming challenges, adapting, moving forward, experiencing the highest of highs after putting in the hours in the weight room, in the classroom, and on the practice fields. The Oxford Dictionary defines success as the achievement of a goal. It goes on to note that in sports, the concept of success can be very personal and is not always dependent on winning a competition or obtaining a very high standard of performance. As lifelong athletes, this isn't news to you. But what makes this year so special is that not only did we experience the personal stories of success, we also witnessed plenty of winning competitions and high standards of performance. Tonight is our opportunity to celebrate each other, to acknowledge our accomplishments in the face of difficult situations, and to applaud our successes. The Panther Award represents the best of what Plymouth State Athletics stands for. Student athletes who contribute to the legacy of our department by their commitment to their team, the university, and our community. Student athletes who strive for excellence athletically and academically. And most importantly, those who help make Plymouth State the special place that it truly is. Before we move forward with the presentation of awards, though, there are some important people that need to be acknowledged. There's an old saying, behind every successful man, there is a woman. I'm not sure how appropriate that is to say these days, but at least in this circumstance, I'd change that to say, behind every successful team is a strong culture, great leadership, and passionate, committed people. Each of you is responsible for creating and cultivating your own team cultures. But we undoubtedly have strong departmental culture, great leadership, and incredibly passionate and committed people. And that all starts at the top. So let's have a hand for the best boss anyone could ask for and the most supportive athletic director I've met, our Director of Athletics, Kim Bounds. Come wave. Just wave. Kim's hardly the only administrator who's passionate and committed to your success, though. So introducing the rest of the administrative team, our Associate AD. You can easily spot her at an event because she's the one zooming around in her golf cart like a real-life game of Mario Kart. In fact, she used to chauffeur grandparents at graduation until the time she dropped an 85-year-old woman off the back of her cart. True story. Our own Princess Peach, Courtney Auclair. Our assistant athletic director, who spent the better part of the last 3 months arranging, rearranging, and rearranging our sports schedules as we battled the never-ending weather problems. And also the best DJ this side of the Mississippi, just ask her, Lauren Levine. Our assistant athletic director and head athletic trainer, who is always thinking of ways to improve our department. In fact, he recently came to me with the idea of starting a new hide-and-seek team, but I said, Mark, good players are really hard to find. Let's hear it from Mark Legacy. Our director of strength and conditioning, he's an incredibly selfless person, always willing to put in the time if you are. In fact, I asked him to put together a workout program for me. Turns out the only exercise I'm any good at is the diddly squat. Let's hear it for JT. The man who hires for and staffs all of our home events, and we had 150 of them this year. He washes your sweaty practice gear and does it with a smile on his face. The best equipment manager we've ever had, Aaron Smith. And up in the control room, the head of our broadcast team, he's delivered fantastic web streams so your families can follow along at home. In fact, he is so beloved that Kim even gave him a VIP parking space in front of the PE Center. If you know anything about Kim and parking, that is truly a big deal. Evan Alfano. And of course, our incredible athletic training staff, Rachel Springman, Eric Gibbs, our graduate assistants, Caroline Davenport, Kate Glynn, and Madeline Havens. And although he left us early, he certainly played a big role in our fall team successes, Micah Dion. Now, please join me in welcoming to the stage Kim Bounds.
Chris didn't thank himself, but the amount of work that he does is unbelievable. There isn't a school in our conference, or probably anywhere, that has one communications sports information guy for 25 teams. The amount of work is unbelievable. When you're done your game, well, before your game, and then when you're done your game and you go home, he stays in the office till 1, 2 in the morning. So let's have a big round of applause for Chris. I just want to thank you all for being student athletes here. As we always say, it's not a right, it's a privilege. Things aren't always easy. I know they're not. But you are all becoming better human beings for being here and for supporting each other, supporting your coaches. There isn't one single person who works here who isn't doing it for you and with great passion. And I'm very, very proud of this group of student athletes here. It's been an incredible, incredible year. It has been difficult, but you've all been so resilient, and I appreciate you so much. And so thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Before jumping into our Panther Award winners, I also want to acknowledge the academic successes of our department. Among Little East competitors, we had the highest number of LEC all-academic team honorees in both the fall and winter seasons, and we're hoping that trend continues for the spring sports once grades close. 25 of you were named College Sports Communicators Academic All-District so far, and there are several more sports yet to be announced. Football had 48 representatives on the MASCAC Fall-Winter All-Academic team, easily the most in the league. And 13 seniors, a program record, were inducted into the National Football Foundation Hampshire Honor Society. 21 men's ice hockey players were MASCAC All-Academic Team honorees. 12 field hockey players were named to the NFHCA National Academic Squad. 5 were awarded Scholars of Distinction. Wrestling had 8 New England Wrestling Association All-Academic Team members and 1 NWCA Scholar All-American. Shout out for Chase. Both cross-country teams were named all-academic teams by U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association, which also wins the award for longest name. While 2 individuals were all-academic athletes, men's soccer had 1 United Soccer Coaches Scholar All-Region honoree, and we know that there are several more academic honors that will roll out after the end of the spring semester. Give yourselves a round of applause for all the hard work in the classroom. All right, now let's get on with the awards. Our first team tonight experienced a wealth of accomplishments, culminating in the program's first NCAA tournament win and an appearance in the national quarterfinals. They set a program record for wins for the 2nd straight year, thanks to a thrilling 5-2 win over Cortland in front of a packed house at Hanaway Rink, despite the fact that most of you were on spring break. Will Reddick led the country in goals scored and points. He was 2nd in the country in assists by 1, and was named a first-team All-American. Connor Tate was a finalist for the Joe Concannon Award. Will and Calais Anderson took home major MASCAC honors, and 5 players were first-team All-MASCAC, as Will, Calais, and Connor were joined by Dante DePonio and Ryder McCallum. Oh, and by the way, Jeremy Rancourt and Brett Lockhart are playing professionally in Michigan right now. Please welcome Coach Russell in the men's ice hockey senior class.
Stand right here. I'm gonna call you guys up. All right, we'll go in order here. Captain Anton Yelvik. Matthew Tartaglio. Kala Anderson. Colin Tracy. Brett Lockhart. Jeremy Rancourt. Nicholas Poirier. Okay, guys, you can go sit down now. Oh, wait. Oh, you want me to move? Okay, Chris touched on a lot of the stuff individually for us and team-wise, but first I just want to congratulate everybody receiving an award tonight. These Panther Awards are just an incredible honor to receive, really highlights the values that all of our teams place on you athletes. Our season was special, as Chris named a few stats. Most wins in a season, hosting an NCAA game for the 3rd time in program history, first NCAA win, finally getting the monkey off of our back, and multiple team stats in the top 5 nationally. All of these things aren't possible without every single player being bought in. Our Panther Award embodies what we want teammates to be: honest, caring, hardworking, selfless. The Panther Award isn't about being the MVP, the fastest, the strongest. It's about those that embody what it means to be the best teammate. This guy shows up every day with a smile on his face, but ready to work. He takes good care of himself and prepares the same way every single day, whether it's a game or practice. And for a guy that doesn't play that much, that's a pretty difficult thing to do. Not for Brandon Shantz. He does literally anything he can to make our team stronger. Something as small as supporting a guy that's having a tough time, or making sure that the boys are in the Christmas spirit by hanging lights in the locker room. He always reads the pregame starting lineup, or he also reads it better than anybody I've ever seen. During the playoffs, he would ask me who was starting the night before the game so he could prep his speech. This is how much he cares. He never asks for anything in return, but I know everything he does lifts his teammates up. He's one of the best teammates and is a pleasure to coach, and it's my pleasure to present our 2024 Panther Award to Brandon Shantz.
Next up, we turn to the first of several new head coaches who helped guide their teams to incredibly strong seasons. Field hockey went 12-6 last fall to match the most wins in nearly a decade. The team advanced to the LEC tournament semifinals for the first time since 2017 and held a 2-1 lead at halftime over Keene thanks to second quarter goals from Mackenzie Labrie and Alessia Salzillo. There were plenty of postseason honors as well. Kayla Antonucci became the first person in program history to win LEC Goalie of the Year. She also added all LEC first team recognition. Taylor Healy climbed the all-time scoring leaders list and now ranks third in career goals and points after finishing the year 1 point shy of her own program record for points in a season. You can applaud. Taylor was recognized with NFHCA All-Region honors and a spot on the All-LEC first team. And of course, Athena Como and Alessia Salzillo were also All-LEC first team honorees. Seniors and head coach Molly Saunders, please come on down.
All right, we have Savannah Connor, Emma Lord, Piper Sherbert, Athena Como, Captain Jenna Frenny, Kayla Antonucci, Mackenzie Labrie, and Captain Taylor Healy. All right. First of all, I just want to thank all of you guys for taking time out of your busy Monday college lives to be here tonight. It means a lot to all of us coaches and admin staff, as you can see. The Field Hockey Panther Award is rewarded to a player who contributes commitment to the team, displays leadership, establishes team culture, and has passion for the game. As we all know, leadership is shown in many ways. Leadership is not given respect. They earn it every day from their teammates. This player shows leadership by being selfless, approachable, leading by example, and having a positive attitude every day toward whatever obstacle they face. Our field hockey program values team culture and believes it plays a huge part in being successful. This player not only, sorry, I can't see, this is hard. This player not only understood the assignment, but naturally goes above and beyond each day for her team. She leads with her heart, her passion for the game, and love for her teammates. Her selflessness and team-first attitude are what makes each of these players on the team feel as if they belong and are a part of our field hockey family. She will even give up her own piece of baguette at Panera without hesitation. I am so honored that she will be returning next year as a grad student here at Plymouth and playing as her last and final year at Plymouth State Field Hockey. Please please give it up for the 2024 Field Hockey Panther Award recipient, Emma Lord.
The men's soccer squad ran into some bad luck this fall. The guys had 3 ties and 2 one-goal losses in conference play where one bounce of the ball could have drastically changed the final league standings. Faisal Abdallah was named All-Region for the 2nd straight year and was a first-team All-LEC honoree after leading the team with 16 points. The goal of the year might have been his scorcher in the 89th minute to tie Rhode Island College. Of course, the 8-0 thumping of Linden on senior day was also full of highlights, including August Westerholm's 2 goals in 5 minutes. Now, in a conversation with Coach Wright, his memory of the performance was a little bit different than mine, as he shared a different perspective. It seems, as in lobbying to get into the game, August told Coach he wouldn't shoot because we were already up 6-0. He entered the game in the 77th minute, hit the crossbar in the 81st, scored twice in a 5-minute span, and was promptly subbed out. Unfortunately for all of us, Coach Wright claims he has changed and will no longer be gracing us with his witty humor now that he's joined the half-century club. I'll believe that when I see it. So in an attempt to fill the void, Coach, did you hear about the photographer who was killed in a freak accident when a large wheel of cheddar landed on him? To be fair, the people who were being photographed tried to warn him. Please welcome Coach Wright and the men's soccer seniors. Think about it, it'll make sense.
Okay, David Nielsen. Aidan Doyle. Sondre Asheim. Jacob Santos. Nicholas Cornejo. Faisal Abdallah. And August Westerholm. All true. And unfortunately, Rowan Williams can't make it. He's in the middle of clinicals right now. Okay, so Chris, as he mentioned, we'd had a conversation about how maturity was going to stop me from doing this, but then he went and mentioned my age. So given that I feel we have a level of trust in the building, I think we can broach a little medical issue that Chris has been dealing with over the last couple of weeks. So it goes like this, and it's strange. About 2 weeks ago, Chris went to the doctors and had to explain to the doctor that he'd been feeling like a wigwam. Quite naturally, the doctor said, "I don't know how to help you, there's nothing I can do." So Chris went away. That's when it got really weird. Because about 3 days ago, Chris went back and went in to see the doctor. Doctor? Hello, Chris. Doctor, I feel like a teepee. A teepee. Teepee. He said, Chris, first it was a wigwam, now a teepee. I can't. Hang on a minute. So he went to his big book of doctor things, and he said, Chris, you're not going to believe this. I know what's going on. Chris, you're too tense.
If I may, the joke makes more sense if you pronounce it like an American as opposed to an Englishman, a wigwam. That's why people didn't get it, a wigwam.
And as I've explained many, many times, I'm as American as the rest of you, just without the 400 years of inbreeding. Moving along. Our Panther Award winner is a student athlete who excels on the field and in the classroom. He is a kind and caring teammate who consistently puts team first and does the right thing without being asked to do so. He first joined us in the winter of 2021, when his first experience upon arriving at Plymouth was to be locked in Mary Lyon for 10 days in COVID quarantine. I'm still surprised he didn't leave us at that moment. Most of you know him, or should do, because he works at most of your events. If you don't know him, you really should, because he's one of the guys that works in the background washing your dirty laundry. Our Panther Award winner is David Nielsen.
Thank you. Oh, we'll take a picture. Oh, one thing.
Women's tennis made the LEC tournament for the 10th straight year after finishing in a three-way tie for 4th place. The final 5-0 score was hardly indicative of how close the match was, though. 2 doubles matches were decided by just 5 total points, and Chloe Ahern and Sarah Ashuta were both leading their singles matches when the result was decided. The team had plenty of sizable wins, as 5 of the 6 victories came in lopsided fashion. The team posted bagels in 2 of its wins, had a pair of 8-1 victories and a 7-2 decision along the way. Camilla Puzio led the team with 7 singles wins, and she and Tessa Labar joined forces for a team best 5 doubles wins as a pairing. Head coach Kathy Peverly and the senior class, please come on down.
All right, so Camilla Puzio, Sarah Shudo, and Amelia Brown. Stay with me, Hayden. All right. Move this down a little. Today, I have the privilege of speaking about the tennis team's Panther Award winner, a remarkable individual who embodies the essence of composure, a true example of grace under pressure, both on and off the court. This athlete possesses an unparalleled versatility in her gameplay, whether facing a powerful opponent with hard and fast shots or outmaneuvering a pusher with her lobs and backspin drop shots. This player easily adapts her game, making it seem effortless. The match against Western Connecticut stands out as a pinnacle moment. It was the last match on the court, so everyone was watching with bated breath. With every stroke, every rally, the tension mounted and both sides erupted in cheers for each point won. Our player prevailed. It was a match to remember and a real nail-biter. And a happy bus ride home, I must say. This athlete's performance was nothing short of extraordinary and proved to be the deciding factor propelling the team to the quarterfinals. Through it all, the bad calls, tough referees, and grueling matches, this athlete maintains her composure, emerging as a beacon of resilience and leadership. Yet, what truly sets her apart is her impeccable sportsmanship. She navigates victories and defeat with unwavering grace, never allowing frustration to overshadow her positive demeanor. As co-captain, her leadership is nothing short of inspirational. Her mature demeanor and genuine concern for her teammates makes her a trusted, confident, and pillar of support. She leads with respect and thoughtfulness, always ready to lend an ear or offer sage advice to her teammates. A few comments from her teammates. This is the perfect award for this athlete. She exudes positivity and happiness, both on and off the court. Every day I thrive to be as committed as this athlete. She definitely embodies what it means to be a PSU athlete. I think that Sarah is an all-around team player and focuses not only on her schooling, but also on tennis. She's a great captain that everyone can really look up to. She has the ability to make all of the younger girls feel comfortable, but also knows how to stand her ground when it comes to the captain responsibilities. A great captain, and the team will miss her next year. She's smart and works hard and is a great leader for the team. It is with great pride that we honor Sarah Shudo as recipient of the PSU Tennis Panther Award. Her dedication, sportsmanship, and leadership have left an indelible mark on our team and in our hearts. Congratulations, Sarah. Well deserved.
Football picked up 4 straight wins late in the season to extend its streak of finishing 500 or better in the MASCAC to 7 straight years. Willie Lombard had a 95-yard kickoff return touchdown against Fitchburg State to spark the 4-game winning streak. He rushed for 132 yards, and the defense had 4 takeaways and a shutout of Worcester State. But the highlight of the season, as you saw on the video, had to be Jacob Morris's first career catch at Westfield State. The Owls had just gone ahead 19-14. We had the ball at midfield with just 7.4 seconds left. Braden Lynn eluded some pressure, launched a 53-yard Hail Mary to the end zone, where Jacob outleapt 3 defenders to haul in the game winner with 0 seconds left on the clock. A highlight reel play that's still being watched today. As for postseason honors, Willie was named All-MASCAC First Team as a return specialist and added a D3Football.com All-Region honor as well. It's time for one of my favorite times of the Panther Awards, the Coach Castonia speech. Please welcome Coach Castonia and the football seniors.
You gotta tell them that.
We got Mike Smolin, Kyle Baker, Jair Hatcher, Mike Terrazzano, Alex Flynn, Dylan Shostak, Colin Crow, Kyle Almeida, Rushan Karagos, John Proya, Luke McNeil, Tyler Kao, Cooper Bartlett, Patrick Rush, Charlie Palmer, Tyler Gleifert, Luke Normando, and Nico Bouzakis. Matteo Spadea. Last but not least. All right. No, we're good. Thanks, Kale. Appreciate it. We present our Panther Award to somebody who represents themselves and the team in all the right ways, both on and off the field. The guy that's receiving it tonight has done so many things that have led to his success and helped the team's success during the time he's been here. As a student, he's been on the dean's list, the president's list, I think every semester he's been here. As a football player, he's a guy who, since his high school career ended, has gained 50 pounds in order to become a college football player. Was an offensive lineman in high school, became a tight end here. He's been a pleasure to coach in every way. Somebody who has maximized everything through his work in the weight room, eating properly, et cetera, gaining that weight. He is a guy, when you're coaching him, he's almost a coach on the field, even though he's playing a brand new position. Very helpful to any and all teammates. Guy, as the coach, I don't have to get on him because he's as hard on himself as I could ever be. And like I said, it was a real pleasure to coach. John Proya.
Let's turn to one of two teams still fighting for a postseason spot. If there's one thing I've seen from our softball team this year, it's a never quit attitude. Late game charges and 2-out rallies have become the norm for this group, which is especially impressive considering 15 of the 22 rostered players are underclassmen. The team scored 5 times in the bottom of the 6th to erase a 3-0 deficit in a win over WestCon roughly a week ago. The theme continued in a big sweep of Southern Maine last week. With the game tied at 3-3 in the late innings, Emily Bissett doubled and her sister Kenzie drove her in for a 4-3 lead. The team went on to add 7 2-out runs in the final inning to turn a close game into a blowout. And then Kate McGrath followed with one of her best starts of the year, giving up just 4 hits as the team held on for a 2-1 win in Game 2 to earn the sweep. What I find most enjoyable to see with this team is the combination of never quit mentality with the fun the team has in the dugout. It's especially noticeable when Coach Bernier shows off his dance moves to get out of the way of a hard-hit foul ball. Now, the team, this is no surprise to them, it might be news to you guys, Coach Bernier has several go-to phrases. I've decided to call them Bernierisms. Is that what you guys call it too? Excellent. Hopefully his speech is like one of my favorites. Short and quick, girls, short and quick. Coach Bernier, the softball seniors, it's your turn, come on down.
All right. Yes. So our two seniors this year are Alyssa Wilson and Abby Kennison. All right, this year's Panther Award goes to someone I've known for quite a while. I had the pleasure of coaching in travel ball when she was a little younger. She epitomizes what a true teammate is all about. She's unflappable under pressure. Some of the biggest games that we've been able to win is because of pitching, defense, and timely hitting. A lot of pressure-packed situations. Sometimes the coaches can't always go out to the circle because of the rules. And this young lady knows when to go out, calm her pitchers down, and just does a lot of the intangibles that you're looking for in a true leader. In her off season, she doesn't just step away from softball. She decides to go coach a youth softball team. So she's giving her summers up to try to give back to the game that she absolutely loves. And in closing, before I name who this person is, we, as a softball team, the kids, the players are the ones who vote, not the coaches. And I think this year, I thought it was awesome to see that the team, especially with how much youth we have on the team, they made a really mature decision on who they voted for to be the 2024 Panther Award. And that goes to Abby Kennison.
Just so the Panther Award winners know, there are nameplates that go on the Panther Awards, but we took them so that we could have them engraved, so you will receive them later.
The men's lacrosse team has had a season for the ages, claiming its first ever LEC regular season title thanks to a program best 7 conference wins. I've watched lots of sporting events in my life, and momentum in sports is a very real thing. I've seen teams collapse when momentum doesn't go their way, but this team seems different. The guys had a 2-goal lead over the defending conference champs and gave up back-to-back goals with just 42 seconds left in the game. Did they panic? Not at all. The defense came up big, Alex Hockham hit the top corner, and the team won. You can celebrate that. That was a big deal. Almost exactly a month later, the team was up 13-9 at Keene early in the fourth quarter, and the Owls started to chip away. They pulled all the way to within 1 with just over a minute to go, but Owen McNichols made a pair of saves. The team held on for the win, and that helped lock up a first-place title. Those 2 huge wins were major factors in winning the first regular season title in a 3-way tie. Owen, by the way, just posted the 2nd most wins in a season, and he's only 1 shy of the record for career wins as a goalie. Let's make sure everybody here is there to support them tomorrow as we witness history, and the team knocks off Castleton in a first-round game. That's at 3 o'clock at Panther Field. Head coach Willis and men's lacrosse seniors, please come down.
Wait, stay up here, stay up here. Our seniors here, we have Owen McNichols, Jesse Higwa, Liam Brown, Ryan Hanlon, Jack Bonazzoli, Doug Salfrank, Nolan Burke, Tony Larizio, John Barros, Mark Hersham, and Alex Hawcom. They're not the smartest of bunch. All right, so, the Panther Award's going to go to one person tonight, but, this senior class has meant a lot to our program. As a first-year head coach, you bring in your first recruiting class, and, the culture that these guys have really established over the course of 4 years has been remarkable, going from a 4-6-win team to a 14-win team, a 14-win team this year. Hopefully 15-team win, is a real testament to all those guys. So, we're going to honor one person tonight, but I just want to give a round of applause again for that whole senior class. This year has been awesome, but incredibly challenging on many levels. Not to get personal or emotional, but I lost my dad right in the middle of this season. And this team has really rallied around me and each other, and it's just a special group. So we're really excited for what is still left to go, and just really proud of them. So as we move to the Panther Award here, I like to give it to a guy that like many coaches have said, is just a great teammate. Not someone that's going to show up in the stat sheet. Not someone that's going to get postseason honors from the conference. Someone that really shows up every day, puts in the work in the weight room, shows up to practice for his teammates with a smile on his face. And, this guy has battled through adversity from the day he stepped on campus with injuries. So John Barros.
Now let's jump back to another team that saw remarkable progress with a new head coach at the helm. The women's basketball team won the most games in 14 years and posted its best conference record since 2002-03, and that's despite losing the reigning Rookie of the Year in just the fourth game of the season. The momentum started on an Ashley Stevens game-winning basket with 2 seconds left to beat Riviere back in November, and it continued to build throughout the whole season. Bree Wilcox scored 18 points in the first quarter to beat WestCon in December, snapping a lengthy conference losing streak and putting the league on notice that this year was going to be different. The team picked up big wins over Castleton, Keene, and Eastern Connecticut, and swept UMass Boston and WestCon. Bree earned all LEC second team honors and was named to the all-defensive team, and Leah Crompton scored her 1,000th career point which leads us to this fun fact about head coach Curtis Arsenault. This year, Coach Arsenault became the first person to both score 1,000 career points at Plymouth State and coach a 1,000 career point scorer at Plymouth State. Please welcome Coach Arsenault and the women's basketball seniors.
Captain Natalie Harris. Captain Sabrina Vlahovic. And Captain Lauren Keller. When I think about Plymouth State women's basketball in recent years, one of the first names that really jumps to mind is this young lady tonight. She is a 4-year player at Plymouth State. She was one of our tri-captains this year. In recent years, it's been a little bit of a struggle for this program. And during that time, she stayed incredibly dedicated and to her team, to the program, and has continued to put in the work and not get discouraged. Through those tough times, obviously, it's led to a coaching change, which I've been blessed to get this opportunity. But change is never easy. So coming into this year, I didn't know what that would look like. If you asked the senior captain before the season started what the season looked like for her, I can almost guarantee you that she'd say, I'll be starting all the games, I'll be playing big minutes. And unfortunately, that just wasn't the case. We had an early conversation about roles, and I explained to her that I needed her experience coming off the bench, and I needed her leadership and not to get discouraged. She put the team above herself. She showed incredible leadership. She put her ego to the side, and she showed blind trust in me and the rest of the coaching staff with no proof of concept, which was incredibly impressive. It's been an absolute honor and a joy to coach you. You have made this first year incredibly special, along with the rest of the team. I always say, I think it's very important as athletes coming onto campus, you want to leave the program in a better place than the day you showed up. And I can tell you she has absolutely done that. This year has been incredible, and this is my time to say thank you to our award winner, Lauren Keller.
We already talked a little bit about some of the challenges our ski team faced. They had a great camp in Colorado, only to return home to little snow and uncooperative conditions for much of the season. The season opening UVM Carnival was postponed. The rescheduled UVM Carnival was canceled. The Harvard GS was postponed, and at one point the team had 5 carnival races in an 8-day span. And that's just weather-related stuff. Some of you may not realize, but the NCAA doesn't have separate divisions for skiing like it does for the rest of our sports. Our skiers are in a conference that includes 5 Division I scholarship programs, a Division II school, 4 NESCACs, and 2 other private schools. We're the lone Division III public school in the EISA. Despite that, our teams were regularly in the upper echelon of the carnival standings. The women posted a season-best 3rd-place finish at the GS at the EISA Championships in Middlebury and took 4th at the Dartmouth Slalom. The men were 5th in the GS at Dartmouth and 6th in the slalom at Harvard. The women's team saw 5 different top finishers, with Tinder Bergstrand posting the fastest times a team high 6 times. And on the men's side, Max Hausman was the top finisher in 11 of 12 races with 8 top 10s, and he earned another trip to National Collegiate Ski Championships. So Coach Hamilton and the skiing seniors, please come on up to the stage.
Claire McDonald, captain. Captain Dan Harrison. Freddie Schneider. Cameron Metzger. Dawson Hill. And Franny McDonald. Another fun thing about my job is I actually have 2 teams. I have both a men's and women's ski team. So it has interesting challenges, but it's a very enriching and it's an excellent experience. And it's really good for them, I think, to be together. It raises the game for both of them, both on training and on the hill. So as far as the Panthers go, we'll start with the men's team first. Always good to have a story. A few years ago, this guy walked into a packed dining hall. Apparently it was his dog's birthday. He stood up, got everybody's attention, and then convinced the entire dining hall to sing happy birthday to his dog. It's the kind of guy he is, always positive, incredibly hardworking. He's an animal in the gym. Every run he comes down in training, looking for some feedback, looking to get better, competing at a very high level. A true student of the sport and a great leader as a captain, and I'll miss him a lot, Dan Harrison. What? Oh, here you go, Dan.
Thanks, Trevor.
Beautiful. You going to have them stay up and, yeah, we'll do the women and the men together. Yeah. Be consistent. So, like most coaches, I do some recruiting, and like most coaches, I would assume I have some things that I kind of talk about consistently with a lot of the recruits that I talk to. Because of the nature of our sport and the level we try to compete at, we have a pretty international team. So sometimes I'm talking to Swedes and Norwegians, and you never know who I'm going to be speaking to. But across the paradigm of all the athletes that I speak with, I tell one story consistently, and that's the story of this person that's going to achieve the award tonight, the Panther Award for women's skiing. When I first heard from her, she was just coming off her 2nd straight full reconstruction of her knee. She had injured it once, come all the way back, and started to train again, and almost immediately blew the same knee out again. And had to start back another full year to year and a half rehab on her knee. And that's when she arrived here. She hadn't raced in 2 years. But in talking with her, I knew she had a lot of heart, a lot of spirit, and I knew she was a hell of a skier because I watched the video and talked to her coaches. Her first year, she was pretty frustrated because I kind of tried to hold her back. She always wanted to go out and start running gates as soon as she could and be out there on the hill with the rest of her teammates. And I remember when we finally got her on the hill at Proctor Academy in about mid-February, which for us is 2/3 of the season. She was so happy just to be out there racing. And after her first runs, I had a whole bunch of people say, "Who the hell is that?" Because they hadn't seen her yet. Go to her sophomore year. She's a nursing major, which is pretty much impossible to be a nursing major and be a ski racer because of the amount of time that we're away. We train 30 minutes north. Sometimes we travel 2 or 3 hours to carnivals. We're gone 2 or 3 days at a whack. And she has clinicals. Well, to add to that, her sophomore year, she had a clinical on Friday. We race on Fridays as part of our carnivals. So she could only race 2 of the 6 carnivals which qualify you to NCAA championships that year. That year, the same athlete with all these challenges earned her berth to the NCAA National Skiing Championships, one of only 17 women from the entire East to go to that race. She did it in slalom, and she only got to race 2, and they only take 2. It's a story I tell a lot. She's got a ton of heart. I've seen her overcome a lot of obstacles in her career. I know she's going to be super successful in life, and I'm really going to miss her, but I wish her all the best. Franny MacDonald. Hurry up, Franny.
It's been a year of milestones for the women's lacrosse team. Taryn O'Brien notched her 100th career point earlier this month. Maddie Hunt did the same in early April and then scored her 100th career goal just over a week ago. Margie Black broke into the top 10 in career saves after making her 200th stop at the start of the month. Amelia Thomas is just outside the top 10 in career ground balls after scooping up her number 100 during the team's spring break trip to Florida. Megan Gaspa won her 100th career draw control during the season opener and now ranks 7th in program history. Jenna Stoll eclipsed the 200 career draw marks control and is 3rd in school history. And finally, Julia Donovan scored her 100th career goal and is inching closer to her 200th career point, which would move her into the top 8 in program history. The team enters tomorrow night's first round game with Southern Maine, riding a 6-game winning streak, outscoring opponents by a 120-35 margin during the stretch. I expect that to continue tomorrow and see you all there. Let's hear it for Coach Dale and the women's lacrosse seniors.
I know. Seniors, Amanda Auditory, Megan Gaspa, Amelia Thomas, and Taryn O'Brien. It is bright. All right. So this past fall, our team's leadership group got together to discuss the core values of our program. Through a lengthy conversation, they came up with grit, humility, integrity, and respect. As a coaching staff, we feel that our Panther Award should be presented to the player who embodies our core values. This player stepped on campus in 2020. In her first season, she took on an attacking position. Her sophomore year, she suited up as our backup goalie. And in her junior and senior year, she moved into a defensive role. Needless to say, Amanda steps into whichever role the team needs. Her work ethic and pursuit to do her best no matter the task sets the standard for those around her. She motivates her teammates by simply being herself. She gets a smile on your face, even on those tough days. Amanda has shown grit over 4 years by never giving up, humility in her consistent work ethic without any want for praise, integrity in everything she does, and truly respects the process of hard work. This year's Panther Award goes to Amanda Auditory.
It was a big season in the pool for our swim teams. The men continued to establish themselves as a program, finishing the year with 17 new program records. The women finished with 6 dual meet wins, the most since the 2015-16 season, and improved their spot at the LAC championships from last year, with everyone putting in season best times during the 3-day championships. The women's team demolished season bests in the 200-yard freestyle and 400-yard medley relays at LACs. Jackie Geigels swam a season best in the prelims of the 50-yard butterfly to qualify for the A finals, and then outswam that mark in the finals to finish 6th. Liv Bailey did the same in the 100-yard backstroke, taking a 7th place finish in the A finals. Liv won the B finals of the 100-yard IM, and Jackie was right behind her in 2nd. Ollie Kramer was 2nd in the B finals of the 200 free and 3rd in the 500 free, and Emma Seward was 2nd in the B finals of the 500 free, 1,000 free, and 1650 free. The men, as I said, set all sorts of records, with 5 coming on the first day of LECs alone, setting the stage for a fantastic 3 days of competition. Leiden Fogg became the first men's swimmer to earn multiple medals at LECs, winning bronze in the 200 back, silver in the 100 back, and gold in the 50 back, each in record-setting fashion. Aidan McDonald also took home a medal, winning bronze in the 50 fly, marking the first time in program history that multiple swimmers medaled at LECs. Aidan also took 5th place in the 50 free. And then, of course, Brendan Lee set 3 records in the breaststroke, finishing 5th in the 200. The team's 424 points at championships were also a program best. Please welcome head coach Ann Barbeau and the senior swimmers.
So we have Jason Zink, Sebastian Daly, Thomas Steinberg, and Heather Kalanen. As a comment regarding Thomas, we started our men's team 4 years ago, and Thomas is our first male athlete to swim all 4 years for PSU swim team. I particularly would like to thank JT, wherever you are out there, and Mark for making my team good and strong, and Mark for holding them all together. Their body parts took a beating, but you held them together, so thank you so much. Our team is all about speed, so I promise I will make this very quick. The 23-24 Female Panther Award winner has been a wonderful representative for our team. She's a true leader in the pool, the weight room, and the classroom. She is driven, disciplined as a student athlete, while being understanding, supportive, and kind to all her teammates. Her dedication to both athletics and academics earned her recognition on the academic all-district team, as well as placing top 10 in 2 events at our conference championships. We are very proud to present this award to our sophomore recipient and captain, Jackie Gagels. Perfect. Okay, our Male Panther Award winner. The 23-24 Male Panther Award winner has been a program changer for our team. His devotion to the sport and the team, as well as academics, has been an inspiration. He has shown us all what hard work, dedication, discipline, and drive for success can do. He was recognized as an academic all-district, Team Scholar All-American Team, and PSU Male Athlete of the Month. He was named LEC First Team, Second Team, and Third Team for his gold, silver, and bronze medal performances at our conference championships. This season, he has been part of 9 school records and 27 first-place finishes. Every day, he shows up ready to give his best, encouraging teammates to do the same. A quiet leader who leads by example, he has made teammates believe in themselves and push themselves to become better than they ever thought possible. We are very proud to present this award to our captain, Leiden Fogg.
Let's head to the ice in another program under new leadership that had a big turnaround from last year. Women's hockey doubled its win total from last season and came home with the most conference wins since the 2017-18 season to make a return trip to the NEHC playoffs. Tegan Wilson earned postseason honors with a spot on the NEHC All-Rookie team, posting a 2.56 goals against average and .935 save percentage. Lauren McNeil scored with 2:13 left in regulation to beat UMass Boston in the conference opener, and Sophie Streed scored the lone goal in a 1-0 win over Johnson & Wales as the team opened conference play with a 6-point weekend. For me, one of the highlights of the season actually came in an early season loss. The team went to Bowdoin, which was receiving votes in the USCHO poll at the time, and trailed 3-0 heading to the third period. A non-conference game against a borderline nationally ranked NESCAC school, it would have been easy to mail it in, but the exact opposite happened. Katie Perello scored early in the third, Laura Castronova followed a minute later, and Katie's power play goal midway through the period tied the game. Amelia Julian finished with 41 saves that day, and although Bowdoin would steal the win in overtime, that fighting spirit helped set the tone for what turned out to be a great year. Before we invite Coach Chipman to come up and talk, I just want everybody to know I've set the over-under on the number of times he says thank you during his speech at 6.5. I'm still going to bet the over. Do we have any takers that want to get in on the action? All right. Coach Shipman and the women's hockey seniors, please come on down.
Start with Lauren McNeil, Amelia Julian, Marissa Pickman, Katie Maloney, Mia Zaniboni, Carson Moffett, Sophie Streed, and Abigail McGee. Hey, thanks, Chris. So Chris had the over-under here at 6.5 on thank yous. We got the over-under line, I think, set on 90 seconds, maybe a little higher than that. So we'll try and make this quick. But, first and foremost, congratulations to all the Panther Award winners this evening and those to come. It's a great honor to be up here and be recognized by your peers and by your coaches. So congratulations. Also, to the athletic department, huge thanks having me up here, presenting this award and allowing me the opportunity to coach this team. The ladies that I was able to coach this year are phenomenal and undoubtedly made this one of the best years of my life. So thank you very much, ladies. So I think when it comes to Plymouth State women's hockey, we categorize, our Panther Award winner in 4 categories, right? We have the athletics, we have the academics, we have community, and then we have them being a teammate, a really good social contributor to the group. Our Panther Award winner this year undoubtedly contributes to all 4 facets of our team culture extremely well. She's somebody that not only leads by example on the ice through her play. She was voted by her peers as our MVP this year, leading our team in goals. She's somebody that really embodies what it means to be a Plymouth State Panther. I think what's more important and probably recognized more than her on-ice ability, surprisingly enough, is her ability to be a phenomenal teammate. She's so positive. I've never heard a bad thing said about this individual ever, and through thick and through thin, she's always there for one another. She provides a positive attitude at all times, and is somebody that, to be honest, I really look up to myself. This individual, to me, I think we look around, right, one day, and I look forward into my future, and if I were lucky enough to have a daughter, this is somebody who I would like to have as my daughter. Her qualities and characteristics are absolutely phenomenal, and she's just somebody that embodies so many amazing aspects of what it means to be a good, solid contributor to society. Without a doubt, it's an absolute honor to select number 20 Sophie Streed as our Panther Award winner.
I only counted 3. I'm shocked. The baseball team couldn't catch a break this year. It started with the December flooding that wrecked the field and forced the team to play home games in Laconia. The team's flights to Myrtle Beach were canceled, costing them 5 spring break games. Rain washed out a doubleheader at New England College, and then again at Colby Sawyer. All told, the team had 10 games canceled this spring. That's a quarter of its season. However, the guys never made any excuses. They poured in 26 runs in a sweep of WestCon, out-homered UMass Boston for an important conference win, and walked off Castleton in 11 innings thanks to a 2-strike, 2-out, 2-run triple in the bottom of the 9th off the bat of Luke Sokolsky, followed by the game-winning single by Brennan Flynn in the 11th. Then Owen Baum decided to rewrite the record books with not 1, but 2 grand slams and 9 RBIs in a 20-10 7-inning win over Gordon. The team has 3 huge conference games left on the schedule this week as it makes a push for the LEC tournament. Because they were on the road tonight, Coach McIntosh asked that I announce his award winner, so I'll read his prepared notes. Plymouth State Baseball presents the Panther Award winner to a member of the baseball team that embodies the 4 pillars of Plymouth State baseball. Those pillars are 1, academics, competing in the classroom like the field. 2, off-the-field behavior and community involvement. 3, being a good teammate, holding not only themselves accountable, but their teammates as well. And 4, preparation, how they show up to practice and games, a hard hat mentality, punching the clock when they show up, and punching out when the field's put to bed. This year's winner has been deserving of this award for 4 years, and it's finally his time. His priorities are aligned with being a model student athlete that shows up ready to work hard in the classroom, on the field, and in the weight room. Congratulations to Luke Sokolsky. The women's soccer team was one of many under a new head coach, and when the calendar turned to October, things really started to click for the squad. The midseason run started with a 3-2 win over Nichols when Cass Hansen buried her first collegiate goal for the game winner in the 83rd minute. Then Tess LeDuc scored twice in a 4-0 dismantling of Castleton. The team picked up an important point in a scoreless draw at Eastern Connecticut, and 8 different players scored in a 9-0 win over Linden. And then came the monsoon, literally. The team was fantastic in a 3-0 win over Maine Maritime, which, by the way, won 14 games and went to the NCAA tournament. The game was called with almost 20 minutes remaining because water was puddling on the field. I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere, Maritime team, too much water. All told, the ladies went 4-2-2 over their final 8 games, outscoring opponents 24-9 during the stretch, and the team was still in contention for a playoff spot on the final day of the season. Molly Belmore led the team with 4 goals and 2 assists over the final 7 games, earning all Little East Conference honors, where she was joined by Nevaeh Petruzzi, who was second on the team in goals and third in points. Please welcome Coach Simonini and the women's soccer seniors.
You're already laughing, ladies. Emma Sienkiewicz, Tess LeDuc, and Brianna Chaffee. Before I get to this, the Panther Award, I had a little flashback coming into Silver Hall. So back when I was a student here, 1978, 79, we used to come to this auditorium for bands. And when we came here, the bands were Aerosmith, played here, and another band called Boston. So I'm not sure if you know who those are, but it brought a little flashback back here. So they used to have some really good concerts here back in the day. And so I'm sure my team is waiting for me to tell some stories, but I have to be a little more professional today. Anyways, and I wanted to thank them because they were very supportive to me in my first year here, but also because of my wife's been dealing with cancer for the last 8 years, and she was diagnosed during the season with her 3rd type of cancer. My wife has rectal cancer, bladder cancer, and now has breast cancer, and had double mastectomy probably 3 months ago. So they've been very supportive in writing cards and sending my wife flowers, which I really appreciate. So it is my pleasure tonight to introduce the winner of the Women's Soccer Panther Award. This means a lot because it highlights those qualities necessary to building a strong, successful, and happy team, plus the values of sportsmanship and good character. The player this award will go to demonstrates hard work in all areas. She is not only committed to helping this program in any way she can, she also has a positive impact on the overall school community and beyond. Her effort both on and off the field is a role model to others. I am grateful for having a player who leads so well by these characteristics and do not always show up in the stats or the score. This player has not only been a big help to her teammates, but to me as well, especially during my first season last year when I knew I could rely on her for any questions or to help lead the team. It is always refreshing to have a player like her on the team who always has a positive attitude and is always smiling, and who brings a laugh and a smile to everyone else on the team, including me. This positivity and good spirit is very helpful in such a hard sport with so many ups and downs. To know I have a player who will always keep a positive and healthy attitude helps me make us a better team. This player also demonstrates what Plymouth Athletics is all about: dedication, commitment, caring, hard work, and positivity. I cannot say how happy I am that you will be returning to play with us again next year, where we can share some more laughs and create some more wonderful times. So it is with great pleasure that I announce a player truly deserving of this award. The winner of the Women's Soccer Panther Award is Tess LeDuc.
Sticking with programs under new direction, the wrestling team also had a fantastic turnaround this season. Ty Miller set the stage for an outstanding year by placing at the season-opening Roger Williams Invitational, a feat he would repeat a week later. He actually earned 3 trips to the podium this winter. Jason Estes started his unbelievable year with a 4th place showing at Southern Maine. He would also place at 3 different tournaments on the season. And the team had its best tournament performance at the Henry Marsh, hosted by UNH. Cam McMahon and Will Pinto both won their weight classes. Nick Savriego, Evan Kramich, and Nick Antonucci all placed as well. The highlight of the year was Chase's performance at regionals. After dropping his opening bout, he won by fall to set up a meeting with the 3rd seed in his weight class. The bout went into sudden victory, where Chase secured the win with a takedown. In his final bout of the weekend, he needed less than 2 minutes to secure a pin and lock up 7th place, marking the best finish for a Plymouth State wrestler at the tournament since the 2018-19 season. Let's have Coach Carr and the wrestling seniors up next, please.
Thank you, everybody. Yuri Case, one of our seniors, is sick tonight. So we've got Jack Carosi, Tyler Miller, and Evan Kramich. Just a couple thank yous. As a first-year coach, I want to make a couple comments. I wrestled back here in the late 90s, and to say what a change the athletic department has made in terms of more offerings for you athletes is amazing. When you look at the weight room, you look at the quality of the staff, the administration, you got JT. These are all things that didn't exist 20 years ago, so I want to tell you that be grateful for the things you have here, because you got top-notch staff, top-notch facilities, head and shoulders above where it was 20-something years ago when I graduated. So very cool to come back to this. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you to that staff who's helped me out a lot. It felt like I was drinking through a fire hose constantly with all these rules and NCAA rules and all this other stuff that Kim said, hey, Ron, you know you're not supposed to do that. And I said, oops, all right, sorry about that. Won't do it again. But anyway, nonetheless, it was a great season, and we like what we're doing, and we like what we're starting to turn around here, and we're getting excited about it. I want to just talk real quickly about this team. They worked really hard. We voted on this award, this Panther Award, as much as we voted for captains and voted for a lot of our other awards. We did have our team banquet the other night, and that was a lot of fun. But we did vote on our Panther Award about 2 weeks ago. And again, like every other vote we've had here, it was a very close vote, but ultimately it comes down to one person. And that person has already been mentioned tonight for breaking a curse that this program has had for a little while, and Chase Anestis did just that. He broke through its NCAA regionals. Not only did he do that, but he's a phenomenal student, earning academic All-American honors. Huge athletic IQ, right? And if you're ever going to get into coaching, you want people who have athletic IQs, right, in your sport. And he does just that. He's a great teammate. He's a great person. I can't say enough about him. Our Panther Award winner is Chase Anestis.
All right, now it's time for cross country and track, so I'm going to be up here for a little while. The Cliff Notes version of the cross country and track field seasons could probably be whittled down to 4 words: Mike, Olson, Rose, Caro. Of course, the seasons contained much more than the individual successes of those 2 athletes, but they've had pretty impactful years. Living up to expectations can sometimes be difficult, and the men's cross-country team had some pretty high expectations after winning the LEC title in 2022 and returning such a talented crew. Well, they most certainly lived up to those expectations. Mike won the individual title by nearly 40 seconds. Jacob Gallagher and Dylan Flewelling also posted top 4 finishes, and the team won by 30 points. The men swept the major conference awards. Mike was named Runner of the Year, Cooper O'Neill was Rookie of the Year, and we also boasted the Coaching Staff of the Year. You can applaud. The women were just 1 point shy of a 3rd place finish as a team. Rose posted the fastest time among first years by more than 1:15 to finish 3rd overall. Emily Philbrook gave the team 2 top 10 finishers, and unsurprisingly, Rose was named Rookie Runner of the Year. Indoor season saw the men's team set 4 school records: Jai Hatcher in the 200, Dylan Flewelling in the 5K, and Mike Olson in the 400 and 800. Mike's school record 800 time was the fastest in the country and earned him a spot at NCAA's, where he claimed All-American honors. Mike was part of 3 Little East Conference indoor titles, winning the mile, 400, and being part of the 4x8. You'll never guess who was named the track athlete of the year. Colin Moore was a 2-time LEC champion in the 1,000 and 4x8, and Luke Cloutier and Ryan Moyer rounded out the winning relay team. On the women's side, the ladies set 7 program records during indoor season. Rose set new marks in the 600, 800, and mile run, Sam Vandemore in the 1,000, Libby McIntyre in the weight throw, along with 2 relay records. Paige Hurst, Cass Hansen, Mackenzie Labrie, and Athena Como set a new standard in the 4x2. And Lexi Marcolini, Abby Snow, Sam, and Rose did the same in the 4x8. Both relays claimed LEC titles. And now we're in the midst of a record-setting outdoor season. Mike just took down the 800-meter record 10 days ago, while Brandon Vachon, Dominic Piccone, Logan Rhines, and Elijah Thomas teamed up to set a new standard in the 4x2. Mike won his 3rd straight LEC title in the 800. Jacob Gallagher took gold in the 10,000. Dylan Flewelling won the steeplechase, and Mike, Eli Roth, Ryan Moyer, and Colin Moore teamed up to win the 4x8. And apparently, Rose has a problem with records. She feels the need to break them literally week after week. In fact, for those of you who missed it, she set and reset the women's outdoor 800-meter record 4 consecutive weeks. And for fun, I added up her times for all those, and you almost get to my 800 PR. Rose was hardly the only one destroying the record books, though. The team set 4 program records at LECs alone. Sam Vandemore smashed her own record in the 1,500. Lexi Marcolini demolished the steeplechase mark. Libby McIntyre set a new mark in the hammer throw. And the 4x1 relay team of Montana Casa, Cass Hansen, Mackenzie Labrie, and Paige Hurst followed suit. So, of course, Rose took home the LEC title in the 800, and the 4x8 team of Abby Snow, Lexi Marcolini, Molly Glue, and Sam Vandemore also took home a gold medal. All that, and there's still time for more fun at regionals this weekend. Good luck to all of you competing. Now, please welcome Coach Field and the cross country and track and field seniors.
Ryan Moyer, Brandon Vachon, Jacob Gallagher, Lexi Marcolini, Erica Boone, Emma Duggan, Athena Como, Mike Kulig, Emily Philbrook, Kenzie Larrabee, Jai, Sam Vandemore, and Michael Barrett, who is not here at the moment. I'll go as fast as I can, I promise. First off, I want to thank my assistants. Brian, Will, Eve, Kyle, could not have done it without you this year with the transition, with John leaving, so thank you so much. I also want to thank my team. They are amazing this year. You guys were incredible. I'm very proud of all of you. I also want to thank Kim, OC, Lauren, Mark, everyone for helping me through the transition. I really appreciate it. And JT, you rock. I'll start off with cross country. This year's men's recipient for the Panther Award was earned through dedication, perseverance, passion, just to name a few. This person has been a member of the team for track and cross country for his entire tenure at Plymouth State. And it has been an honor to watch him achieve his goals, setting PRs by minutes and seconds. Potentially one of the quietest members on the men's team, he leads by example from the warm-ups to supporting his teammates on the sidelines. Being a varsity member on our team, he has helped them achieve great success by helping them win 2 LEC conference championships, as well as just smashing the 10K and getting a new PR in LECs this weekend. Please help me honor Jacob Gallagher. For women's cross country, the Panther Award was awarded to someone who might not be the fastest on our team, but truly has a passion and love for the sport. This young lady has been known to go off on 10 miles runs on a whim, just because she wants to. She's been a member of the cross country and track and field team for the past 3 years, and I'm looking forward to having her compete again for another year. She's been striving to do her best since she arrived on the team, whether in the classroom or on the race course. Her smile, kindness, perseverance, support, and patience are just some of the things that the coaching staff and her teammates love about her. I know I speak for everyone on the team when I present this award to Nikki. Okay, on to track. This year's for the women have been a member of the team for 4 years, and she has been a rock since she arrived on the track. She welcomes every member of the team with a warm smile, and when you can't find her on the throwing sector, you can find her on the sidelines cheering on her teammates. She is a leader for everyone on her team, and while balancing her studies, internships, and a job, Libby has achieved great things during her time here, and we are lucky enough that she'll be joining us next year to pursue her goal to head to nationals. Libby McIntyre. Our final award winner for men's track and field, he has been a leader on our team since he joined 4 years ago. This athlete's dedication to their team has been truly remarkable. They have demonstrated a willingness to put their team's needs above their own, always striving to do what is best for the group as a whole. They have gone above and beyond to support their team on both the track and in school. They have earned the respect and admiration for everyone around them. This year's track and field winner is Brandon Vashon. Thank you. Congratulations.
It was a season of close calls for the men's basketball team. After a great start to the year, the guys ran into a run of tough luck that I've never witnessed before. The team dropped 3 straight one-point games, snapped the streak with a good win at Castleton, only to fall up 2 points short in a decision at UMass Boston, and then suffer a 1-point overtime loss to EastCon. You don't have to squint too hard to easily see another 7 or 8 wins on that schedule. But the team got hot as the calendar turned to February, with Kyler Bosset nailing some clutch free throws to hold off UMass Dartmouth at home. Kyler posted a double-double in a wire-to-wire blowout of Rhode Island College. And Tyler Clark Toy, and Torrin Bosworth provided the fireworks in a huge win over Castleton. Kyler scored his 1,000th career point and ended the year in 9th place. Ended the year in 9th place among the all-time scoring leaders with 1,320 career points to earn all-conference honors. Coach Novick and the men's basketball seniors, please come on down.
Christian Barr. Alex Dean. Rylan Canabano. Kyler Bosset. Come on over. Now, this was a great group of seniors. Being a group that started out with COVID, they saw what perseverance was all about, and they ended their careers with great milestones. In Kyler Bosset, we saw one of the all-time greatest scorers ever to play at Plymouth. In Christian Barr, we saw one of the all-time greatest academic comebacks of all time. He's unbelievable. Rylan Canabano is one of the hardest workers I've ever been around. But they're up here right now to celebrate our Panther Award winner, because our Panther Award winner was one of the greatest teammates that I've ever coached. And it's only appropriate where his teammates provide him with the award, because at the end of the day, he was there for every one of them over the last 4 years. Alex Dean was not only a good scorer, he was a great friend, he was a great teammate, he was a great passer, he was an incredible hustle play kind of guy. And most importantly, he was a person who represented the university and the program like none other. And it's with that that I give him this year's Panther Award winner, Alex Dean.
It was a season full of highlights for the volleyball team, starting with an impressive 2-2 record at an incredibly challenging Virginia Wesleyan tournament to open the year. Nora Ryan continued to make her case to go down as one of the best ever to don a Plymouth State uniform, claiming AVCA All-Region honors and earning LEC Offensive Player of the Year recognition. Lily Stogner and Michaela Marucci also earned all-conference honors, and Coach Forge won her 100th game. The team surpassed the 20-win mark for the third straight year and the fourth time in 5 seasons, at one point winning 16 straight matches to appear in the first regional rankings. I think we all thoroughly enjoyed the absolute dismantling of Keene State in mid-October. I don't think I've ever seen a team so focused and able to execute at such a high level as that night. A 14-2 run in set 1, hitting .526 in set 2, and holding your biggest rivals to a negative attack percentage for the match was pretty impressive. The team advanced to the Little East Conference Tournament Finals in back-to-back years for just the second time in program history, and it was yet another 5-set thriller. Unfortunately, the wrong team was left standing in the end, but I will say this, ladies, the experiences from the last 2 years will only make the joy of winning it all this year feel that much better. Coach Forge and the volleyball seniors, it's your turn. Come on down.
Ainsley King, Riley McNeely, and Nora Ryan. And these 3 seniors are going to be returning next fall for their grad year, and we are very happy about that. I just want you all to know that I absolutely love being an alumni of Plymouth State. I love being a coach at Plymouth State, and you really impressed me tonight because you're here, you're being attentive, and you're being very respectful for every single team. So kudos to you for being a PSU athlete. And I definitely want to give a shout out to Mark Legacy and to JT for being part of the volleyball coaching staff because you certainly are a huge part of our success. So the Panther recipient, the person receiving this award, came to us 4 years ago from the state of Connecticut. She came to Plymouth State as a freshman with high hopes of starting a new chapter in her life, only to be greeted with the COVID protocol. There was no preseason, no volleyball for the first 2 weeks of school. She was eating bagged meals to go from the dining hall, taking classes online in her dorm room, and not being able to enter any other dorm except for the one she lived in. It was a rough start for many students that also included getting COVID tested 3 times per week the entire school year and wearing a mask. This player was very close to going home to Connecticut and not returning. She learned the important lessons of perseverance and having positive mindset during rough times. She decided to stay, and we're very happy she did. This fall, she led the Little East Conference in blocks, hit percentage, points scored, and was named the Little East Offensive Player of the Year. But these accolades are not the reasons for her receiving this award. I believe her teammates voted for her because she is kind, sincere, soft-spoken, highly intelligent, and most important, humble. We have a little sister, big sister program in the volleyball team, and our Panther Award recipient had 2 little sisters. So here are some comments made by Veronica Castro and Callista Butler from our year-end banquet back in December. From the moment I met you, you have been the best teammate and role model I could ask for. You always make practice fun, and you always work hard. You are someone I can count on, and I appreciate you so much. Thanks for the rides to Walmart. I know a bright future waits for you because life rewards people like you. You have no idea how happy we are that you are staying with us for another year. We admire you and we love you. Well said, little sisters. I'm happy to announce the volleyball team's Panther Award goes to Nora Ryan. And it's the last one. It's the last one.
Aaron Smith, could you come out here for a second, please? Aaron's got one more award presentation to make.
Good evening, everyone. As you know, in this particular athletic department, we are all hands on deck. We're fully reliant on each other and our student workers to make everything go off, definitely without a hitch at all. All 3 years I have been at Plymouth, we've been lucky enough to have this particular devoted worker on our staff who has served as our right-hand man for all things Plymouth athletics. Being our right-hand man is definitely not for the faint of heart. If you ever walked through our main office, you'll understand what I mean. Even though we're lucky enough to have him returning in the fall, I'm happy to take a moment to recognize Eric LaValle with his Plymouth Athletics Senior Blanket.
Before you leave, a few announcements and then a word of advice. First, Panther Award winners, when we're done, please head to the stage for your group photo. Secondly, we have home softball and lacrosse playoff games tomorrow. Please come and support your fellow Panthers. Third, congratulations, seniors. Best of luck to everybody on your final exams. And finally, I leave you with a piece of advice for you to consider. Always keep some candy in your pocket. You never know, it might be a lifesaver. Thank you. Good night, everybody.